Hello and welcome everybody to my channel. Last time we finished chapter 1 and today we are beginning with chapter 2. Here are the topics we go through. We go through how C++ understands the truth, the if statements, switch statements, while and loops, and then we are going to generate random numbers. And yeah, let's jump in. We start with the bool. I have already written this code here with the fact is true and fiction is false. And when we start here, you can see we get a 0 from the fiction, that is false, and from the fact we get a 1. So everything that is higher than 0 will be valued as true, and everything that equals to 0 will be false. And here we have some operators that act like a bool, like if you have equal to or not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than, or equal to, less than, or equal to. And those are not that complicated, and they output just true or false. If it's true, if the equation is right, it will logically output true, and if it's false, it will be false. And now we're going further to our first if statement. We have here a very easy example. If it's true, this will always be displayed, and if it's false, it cannot be displayed because it is false. And if you run it, you will see that this is always displayed, will be written, and the other one not. If you would write true in here, it would logically write this will never be displayed also. But because we have the false here, it's not here. And that's how the statement works in general. And now I have some other code with an integer, and as you can see we have 4 if statements, and for the first one it will be always displayed. Just if it would be 0, it would be not displayed because score would be false in this case, because if it's 0 it's false. If it's over 0 it will be displayed because it's true. And then we have 250. When it's over 250 it's displayed 500 and 1000. And when I run this, you can see all the text will be displayed. But if we change this number here, for example to 300, and we run it again, you can see at least you didn't score 0, and you score 250 or more decent. And because it's not over 500, it will not be displayed. But now I have two things you have to be cautious to watch out for, and this is first that you should not do a semicolon after a if statement, because if you do that it will count each one separate, and that means it only writes this just like that because there is nothing over it that it has to watch out for, and it will write it in this case even if the score is not over 500, and that is very important. And the second is, if you don't do the operator right and you just put an equal to, and in this case the score is equal to 500, and that means the value is 500 here, and if you do that like so, it will write this code out, and you will see even if it's not necessary to write, because the score is the value of the score is 300 here, it will write the code, and it's very necessary that you use the right operators to do so. And if you do it like that, it will not display. And now we have a new code with a new statement. We have here the else statement, This statement will only be executed if the if statement before was false. So if we run this now, it's made that we have to enter a number, and if it's higher than 1000 or equal to it, let's say 1200, you scored 1000 or more, impressive. You can see the if statement will be executed. But if we run it again, and let's say we have 700, you scored less than 1000, the else statement will be executed because the if statement was false. And now for this code that I've written here under the other code before, you have to look that the integer that you have is different, because we have a score here already for the other code. So you have to look that this one will be different. And now we come to the last code we write for today. And here we have the else if statement. This statement will be executed after an if statement. If the if statement is not true, it will go forward and looks what is here, and there is one else if that is 500, and the other is if it's over 250. And if nothing is true, there is always an else at the end that can be executed for everything that is not valuable. So if we run it, we have our score 2. We just add that quickly, and if we enter here, for example, 300, we get you scored 250 or more, decent. And the code went over the if statement to this else if, then to this one, and then it noticed it is true, and then it executed that and nothing else, just that. And for example, when we go through again and we put 200 here, oh, you scored less than 250, nothing to brag out. The else statement will be executed because nothing was true and only the else statement was here. Yes, and that's basically it. And with that, that's the end of the video today. I hope you enjoyed it or learned something, and if you have any suggestions for me what I better do to learn, feel free to comment something. I'm always glad to hear something from my community that I can improve myself. And yeah, we continue tomorrow and we will see you there. Bye.